Something's happening to me. It's like the more I become sincere about things, the more clear I understand what my purpose is each day. Not just overall, but it's, okay, who am I right now in this moment? What am I doing to adjust? And I just think everyone's drive is what I want to see. I just want to see you push yourself. I want to see you show your willpower, because that is power in general. There's no other strength in this life than the willingness to change, the willingness to grow in the moment. Not I'm going to, not I should have, right now. I'm finding ways to do that. The more I become sincere, the more focused I become in the moment. I suddenly can pay more attention to the minor details. Hold on. And I'm less afraid of failure, because I want so badly sometimes for things to go right, to succeed. And the person I become to try to make that happen is forceful and can be rude and not listen based on what you want because of what I want. And I know that it is so kind and so brave to stop and just ask you what you want, what you need. That is bravery, that is strength. I said it's not the big extravagant choices that we make, it's the small ones, the little itty bitty ones like those, the calming choices. That's a very interesting combination of words, but calming choices, that might actually be the title. The ones that are the ones you really should be paying attention to, or how still can you be sometimes in one task, in one moment at a time. And if I set a goal, can I accomplish that goal with meaning? Not just I did it, all right, it's done, next. But what resounding effect does it have on my ability to solve new problems, to think better, to enjoy life, to be able to listen better to others? See, I don't have an answer for everything, and I think I do. Sometimes I really think I have the answer, and I don't. That is the moment of realization. The moment of, there is no other way to explain how this works. It's just, for me, I have no choice but to try to figure this out this way. Because what more do I have in this life? What more can I even ask for? And when you turn the perspective onto that, you realize what you actually need and want wasn't even the things you were thinking about. It's just because they don't have that meaning or feeling in them. Why is that? Why don't they have that semblance of peace? Why can't they give me, I don't know, a moment to breathe? And then I can get up and start fighting again, but now I know how to think through these more difficult, moments in my life. They're less scary. And I know one thing, that is, be patient with yourself. Because you're going to try this, you're going to try to think like this, and it's not going to just jive right away. It's not going to magically manifest until you really sit down and I say even get mad at yourself a little bit. You need to be frustrated enough at how things are going and haven't, changed. You haven't changed. How mundane the habits have become. How drowning your thoughts of the same perspective have led nowhere for you. And you really are going to get mad at me when I say that, because it's true and it hurts you. It hurts me to even want to think about that about people. Like, you're still naive, you're still young, but it's still beautiful at the same time. It's like, you're not refined. Nobody is truly refined. We're not going to be all the way. We always have a moment to learn something new. And if you think you don't have more to learn, you're wrong. And that's okay to be wrong. It's okay to admit you're wrong. It's like, okay, and now what? What are you saying? Like, I hear what you're saying, but now you're just making me feel like really insecure and frustrated about this. Well, you're supposed to be. And not at me. But now you can say, I need grounding. I need to go away for a little bit. I need to reflect on these things. But when you try, sometimes you get very bitter. And you think about who's wronged you, how much it hurt, or what they did to you. And sometimes you don't think about those things. Your willpower alone is allowing your mind to wander into, I say, a creative space or an imaginative space based on facts as well, based on, where you've come from, good or bad. And if you're having these moments of thoughts and you're thinking about longing of times that were better, and now you've reached a moment of unjustfulness and unrest, and you're angry right now, and you wish so bad to go back to that place, and you're just crying alone and you're frustrated about it. It's okay. It's okay to feel that way, because I've been there. I have those moments in my life. There's no way to hide it. There's no way to change it. It just is, honestly, as beautiful as it gets when it comes to your reality. You are beautiful even when you don't think you are. That's the truth. You're smart and innocent in ways when you think you aren't anymore. And that innocence is what you need to challenge, but also embrace. Saying, hey, there's still more in me to want to live, to want to learn, to see the world, to develop new ideas based on your own original emotions, based on who has affected you, good or bad. change is emotion, events. These events either change you or you initiate them. But they all lead to these ripples or rifts that you don't let go of because you're like, that one was just too important. I can't not think about it, even when I'm trying so hard not to. I wish, like you say yourself, I wish so bad that I could just not be in that space, not think about it anymore. And it's okay to want to feel that way. I mean, everybody has moments where they just want to turn their brain off. They could just have a break, you know? But here's the kicker. No matter how hard you struggle in this meditative, challenge, there is so much going on that you don't understand while this is happening to you, while you're doing this. This is your conscious effort. Effort is willpower. It is, I'd say, a willingness to guide, to lead, to make definitive choices of how to handle each day, how to respond to people, how to be calm, how to be, I'd say, at peace with someone coming at you. Like, let's say they're angry at you, but no matter how things sway, learning to be still with it, decisive. And this is what I was getting at. The more I analyze my own emotions, like I've been doing, the focus of this is coming into my life as well. And what's so amazing, what's so cool, is people pick up on it without knowing why or what that is. And they're gonna want to know, but you can't tell them. It's like you have now a secret power. This is gonna make this even more special. Is that this is a secret ability that you have now, that you have harnessed. The ability to be still and in the moment, and kind, and patient, and respectful, and responding to problems as a team player. See, those all sound great, right? But how do I get to those? And it takes a lot of work. And how do I put in the work? You're gonna say to me, how do I do that? You start with one at a time. And you're only gonna know if you know in your heart the effect you have on somebody based on practicing these things. And I'd say study others that are doing better, or that are better at this than you. Listen to people. The more you listen, good or bad, these innate, natural tendencies to be like this start kicking in naturally. They start becoming more pronounced. Pronunciation of it is peace. It's a feeling of identity, a feeling of belonging in your own self, not with others, not neediness, not attachment, not jealousy, but love of the change that you have put onto your own life, or that you've accepted from God. Either way. Now I am kinder, but more, I'd say, I'm forcing me. I'm not trying to force somebody else now. I really want so bad to not get in the way of what's coming. That is good. Like, that is necessary for everybody in the moment. So keep that in mind every time you try to tackle one thing about yourself. Keep the other aspects in mind. they start kind of playing a song or a rhythm as you move and do what you need to do. And this is just about being of oneself that is unattached, not riding on anything other than your willpower, other than your drive. Everybody's is a different level towards different things. What drives you? Do you want to help people? Do you want to make things? Do you like cooking? You have to have a passion of some kind. Without something that makes you angry and makes you happy at the same time, I think you don't have these electric grinding moments of war to settle you. And weirdly for me, these videos, these recordings are that for my existence. If I don't have a passion and I don't get angry enough to make these, then why am I even doing it? I have to have a purpose and passion. To make a video about this exact process it's like a paradox. It's parallel back into me. I could keep saying it, and the more fleshed out, the more detail I put into my own life, the more detail I can put into these videos, and then it goes back into what I do again, and there's more detail in my life, and then there's more detail in these videos. How far can I go? How deep can I go with it? And now it's like I've found a way or a wormhole into consciousness, all relatable consciousness, not just about you. You think I've gotten in just your head. This is just about how I think and how everybody underlying is trying or is going to or has failed to think like. So this wasn't something that I woke up one day and just said, you know what, I'm going to be like this. I'm going to be this person. I had to challenge and push myself so hard to be more like someone better than me, someone probably like you, to be able to speak to you, to be able to have some platform of respect that you could even consider my words or trust me at all. I have to trust myself first. I have to respect myself. If I can't do that, then I have failed my goal. And it goes back to my naivety of I think I'm ready. I think I'm strong enough. And it's okay to admit to yourself, I need work. I am angry at my inability to show people these things properly. It's like, what I want to get at is, what's something that you can sit with forever? You could just do it forever. Eternity is your battle. And that's the eternity of your soul, not just this body, not this life, but what you love is refinement of your ability to be a better person. And if you can find something in your life that does that makes you a better person, inspires others, has this deep resonating meaning behind it, I think you should chase it. I don't think you should give up. There's always a chance. Doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter how young you are. And you think, I'm scared of my future and I don't know what I'm doing. And It's okay to say that. It's okay to ask for help. And I know you're going to get hurt. That's the thing. I can't protect and save everyone, but I can try to give you ways to protect yourself mentally. But you're going to get hurt. That just happens. It breaks my heart. And I know in some bizarre way, you have to learn to own your own anger and be a monster in your own right to protect yourself and others. And I believe this. You can be a bad person right now. And underneath, you really do want to be better. But you just don't know how to, and you don't know why you are the way you are. And that is a radical thing to accept right here and right now as I say this to you. To truly, fully unattach yourself from reality and say, hey, I've done some really bad stuff. I've hurt a lot of people. And I'm really hurting me more than I'm hurting anyone else. And I really want to be better. So bad do I want a future that makes me happy. And you could say, yeah, I understand what you're saying, and repeat everything I'm saying. Or try to enact these things, but you're going to make the mistake of going back to your old habits, not really meaning it sometimes. And that's another moment to catch yourself and say, do I really mean it? That is now coming back to why the name Keeper 100 is in the title of our channel. Keeper 100 is authenticity, respect. And respect comes from saying to yourself, do I mean it? Do I put everything into what I'm saying? And I'm not afraid of my scars. I'm not afraid of all the things that I have been through. And I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to show you, and I'm not going to hide those cards. Those cards are going to be on the table. And you can take it or leave it. And when I made this choice earlier in my life to be like that, something amazing happened. Something that I can't ever go back from. Was that no matter how much people want to change me or ignore me, my story is what comes first. My flaws, what's going to happen, I'm not afraid to show you. All of the things that are behind Wizard of Oz's curtain about me, so that you know what you're in for. Instead of, hey, how you doing? And then later you find out I'm a total asshole who's been hiding myself. My willpower is putting the cards on the table, laying them out, letting you read them. Being vulnerable is strength. If I can be really honest and consistent with these truths about myself, they're unshakable. They are what they are. And you could do whatever you want to knock them down. And you could try to lift me up, and it's just not what that's for. What it's for is a reminder of the mistakes we might make. Or I can tell you some experiences that are cautionary tales of how not to handle something. Because I'd rather you know these things. I can't teach you anything without the lessons I've learned. It's just that simple. This hyper-realistic logic about emotional understanding creates a pattern. It creates energy in your thoughts. And It's okay to be broken and have a bad side and be dark and know what that is and withhold it in these moments of frustration or you feel impatient and you want to give up. When I stop and I let out a deep breath and I hold it in a little bit more, just a little bit more, just a little longer, I realize I'm not even angry at the thing that made me mad. I start crying because it's me that doesn't understand everything that I think I understand. But I don't want to hurt people. When you decide, you make a choice within yourself. What do I mean? What do I want? Do I want to hurt people anymore? Do I want to keep continuing this frustration? Because making the world worse does not fix the people that hurt you, the people that wronged you. And it's not your fault what they did to you. But it is now your fault what you choose to do with it. What you choose to define in this moment, right here and right now.